Hey there, it's Kay, and thank you so much for joining me for today's budget video where I'm going to be setting up my August monthly budget and going over all my estimated income, expenses, and extra debt payments. So before I get started, just a huge shout out to my returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for joining me again. And if you're new to my channel, I would love to see you follow me on my journey by subscribing down below because it's free and it really, really helps me out. And my cat agrees with me. And I got a lot of work to do on this one, so let's get started. So I have a lot of materials with me that I'm going to be working with in this setup. But first I just want to show you guys the budget book that I've made for August. It's the same standard budget book that I have been making for the most part. I did upgrade the sidebar here and in the paycheck sheets on the notes page. I did add some color to them, and I've also now started including two files, one with this bold caps font, which I like because it's easier on my eyes, and then the old style fonts with the script. So you have both options now available in the budget book, and I'm going to be starting with my monthly expenses here on my calendar. And I do want to decorate my calendar first a little bit. So I was like, oh, what yellow stickers do I have? I surprisingly don't have a lot, despite yellow being my favorite color. So I looked and I found there's these cute little like leopard cheetah stickers. So there's one in here and there's a couple in here. Is it this one? No, it's a different one. Hang on. Oh yeah, I found the other book. So they're also in Happy Illustrations, which I've had sitting on my desk here because I've been using a lot in my non-budget planner. And so that's why I forgot which one it was. So I'm going to be using these cute little cheetahs. And I have some yellow washi tape. And I made yellow budget stickers for myself. So that's about all I'm gonna add for deco here because I don't really want it to take over the page. I really want to be able to add all of my budgeting and expenses stickers. So why don't we start by adding my paydays. And I'm actually slightly ahead on my pay schedule based off my budget. So my first paycheck of August, I've technically already received in July. So I'm actually gonna count that for the first. And then technically the next payday after that, because it was this Wednesday, so not the 4th but the 11th, and then my next actual payday will be the 25th, and that will be going towards September. So it's gonna look weird that most of my bills are around this time of the month, and I'm gonna be having a payday next to all of these bills, but I'm still gonna split it how I normally split it, with the first paycheck pretty much all the bills up to like the 15th, and then the second paycheck with all my bills after that up until the last day of the month. So the method isn't really going to change. I'm just trying to keep a little bit more accurate on my pay schedule to eventually be able to have that golden month where I could actually have 3 paychecks. So let's now add all of my fixed expenses. So first I have Spotify, and that's for $5, and that's on the 1st of every month. next I have my Sprint bill, and it was as I predicted. It is going to be significantly higher than it was the previous month because of the adjustment on my billing cycle from adding my iPad. So we've got, it's $67.98, but I'm just going to round up to $68 because I like to try to work with whole numbers. So that is coming out on the 9th. And then my next bill that will be coming out is on the 13th. That is my car insurance through Safeco, which is $133. And then on the 15th, I have my tuition payment for my old school. And then I should only have 2 more left. The 26th and then the last day of the month. So for the 26th is my Adobe Creative Cloud, which I still have on a promo price of $16 a month. I'm really gonna miss that promo price, but I use a lot of the apps and I really can't go without them at this point. Like I mentioned, I'm using Illustrator to design stickers. I've been using Premiere Pro to edit videos since like 2016. I'm just really dependent on it now at this point. And then I have my rent and utilities, which because my utilities are variable, I don't always put the amount until after I've paid it. So I'm actually going to be leaving that blank and throwing it on the 31st. And then the last thing I want to do, since I have this page up, is color code my variable spending. And I made these really nice like warm tones for this month. I've always done gas as yellow, so I'm gonna do gas as yellow again. Next I have food, I'll do an orange. And then I was doing allowance in green before, so I'll do this also in this nice green. And then pet I'll just do in the brown, although my cat is gray. Maybe next month's scheme will have, I can work with a gray for him. So I'm gonna go ahead and add these just so that I have them, and then once I decide what amounts that I want to give myself for the month, I'll go ahead and write them in the strip. This is a new sticker paper that I haven't really used yet either, so I'm having to use the tweezers on this. It's kind of thick. It's Avery. It's supposed to be like blackout, so like opaque. So I'm gonna use my monthly budget as a guinea pig for this paper. So here's the monthly budget. It looks all ready to go, nice and empty. Haven't spent any money yet. Moving on to the monthly budget. And I'm actually gonna pull the whole sheet out so that we can work on it without the book here, because I don't have a lot of space on this new desk. So I've zoomed in here, and I've also added our little cat friend on the page here. And I have my calculator beside me because we're gonna be working out these monthly estimated numbers. So I only expect income from my job And I'm also rolling over some funds, some unused variable spending from June. I had $19 and some change, but I'm just gonna roll the 19 because I like whole numbers. And for work, I've already received that first paycheck, so I have a fair idea of what I'm gonna get. So I'm gonna estimate $2,400, and that would be about $1,200 per paycheck. So we got $2,419 estimated income. And my fixed expenses are all of those expenses that I just put on my monthly calendar. So Spotify, Sprint, Safeco, the S bills as I like to call them, my tuition, my Adobe, and my rent and utilities. So these are all pretty much almost fixed expenses. So Safeco is $133, tuition $50, Adobe $16. For rent and utilities, I'm gonna estimate $900. So let's go ahead and add these up. $1,172, and then 2,419 minus 1172 is 1,247. So a little under half of my income will be fixed expenses. So not the greatest income to living ratio, but it is what it is, you know. So moving on to my variable expenses, and I really liked the numbers I gave to myself for July, so I'm actually just gonna copy them. And Easy Pass. I actually do need to top up my Easy Pass again. I've already gone through $30 of tolls because Maine is literally the worst. There's a $3 toll booth, and on my way up and on my way down, it's $6 every time, plus all the other toll booths up there. It really does cost me so much money just to drive around New England. It's kind of crazy. So I need another $30 for that. And then pets was $80. Laundry was $40, and laundry's my only cash envelope now. Food, I think it was $3.25. Gas, I did $100, and allowance $80, so $655. $592. And so I did share with you guys in my second paycheck of July that I was not only able to pay off my Nelnet D, but I am also able to start Nelnet C and make a huge contribution to paying off Nelnet C. So the amount that I need to pay off Nelnet C after July's payment, hold on, I have it over here, is $389.34, which I can easily do with that $592. So I have about $200 extra. Do I want to save it in sinking funds, or do I want to keep knocking off debt? I'm just gonna throw it at debt. So my next student loan of the lowest balance, because I'm doing the snowball method, is Nelnet F. So I'm not going to be stuffing sinking funds, or at least we're not planning on it. That's out of the question. So all of this $592 is going to go towards debt. So if we take off the $389.34, we have $202.66 to go to it. The problem now is that all my student loan balances after D&C are really high, like $3,000 plus. So I'm going to be paying $200 into a $3,000 loan, which is obviously something. It's not insignificant, but in comparison to all the other loans, these loans are going to be going down much slower. But that's why they call it a journey. It's not a race, it's a journey. So it is what it is. $592 into debt, nothing left over for extra savings. So still kind of working on a tight-ish budget, kind of like June, although I did still have some wiggle room that I'm just choosing to throw at debt here. So there it was. There was my August monthly budget set up and all of my estimated income and expenses. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to do so down below because it's free, helps me out, and you can keep supporting me on my journey. And you can also keep up with me in between uploads at K Budget Plans on Instagram. Anyway, I hope to see you down in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.